Hi everyone, welcome back to your channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to explain that how you can insert data into a table. If you remember in previous section, we discussed that how you can create the database, how you can create the table, and in this tutorial, I'm going to explain that how you can insert data into created tables. So let's get started. Okay, I have the database which we already defined as a IoT and some tables which we defined in previous section as account, job, and job. So let's jump to the query part. Right click and then go to query tools. It gives you possibility to come to the command section. So let's go to the account table, and if you click on account table and then go to the properties and come to the columns, then you will see what you have defined. We have defined user ID as a not null as a primary key, and also username not null, password not null, and this is the length of that as a varchar, email not null, created or not null, and also last login. Okay, perfect. Then I want to create some data inside of this account table. In that case, I have to use the command insert. Then after that, I have to say into, and I would need to define the table, which I said account. Okay. Then parentheses open. I would need to tell to, for example, the PostgreSQL which columns I'm going to insert the data. So let me open here, and then you can see I have the username, I have the password, I have email, and also created underscore on. Okay, then parenthesis close. I have to say values. This command will tell you that which values you are going to define based on the order which you already defined in this part. Yeah, so in that case, for username, I'm going to say Jose, and then for example password as a password, and then John at gmail.com. Let's put it in quotation mark, and then I'm going to, for created on, use this current underscore time stamp. If you don't know about this, again, you can follow document in Postgre. Here, postgre.org/doc, current/data type, and so on. I will drop this link. Then you will find all the data type, and you can see here this is the current time stamp, which get the current the time and then mark it in dB. So this is for the values, and parentheses close. Then you can use the F5, or you can trigger this button. query returned successfully. Then let's delete this part and select everything from account. Don't worry for this part. I will teach you again for this all the query in separate session, but that is very simple query to get all the data from that table. Here you go. You can see this is the user ID, username, the password. Of course, this password is not hashed. It's just a plain, and also that email. And you can see this is the current time which now is using that for created on, and also the last login which is null and we didn't insert any value. Okay, let's insert some other values and to show you for some parts for the foreign key and so on. So I'm going to insert some value into job, which is here, and this is the column for the job. There is a job ID and job name, and I'm going to define for job underscore name. Oops, okay, then and then I am going to say it for the values to be, I need processes and potential mark. For example, this is for the astro. Okay, then that F5 to okay, here is a problem. It's a job underline name. Yeah. Okay, this is query and select everything from job. Okay, you can see here there is job ID 1 and this is for job name. Okay, let me get back. Here, let me engineer and then select everything from job. Okay, you can see now this primary key it increasing as incremental and 1 and 2 and so on. So this is the case which I wanted to show you related to the primary key, which is incremental, and it will be added in sequence. Then let's check the item for primary key. I'm going to insert some values into account job, which is here, and it's connected to the other table. And if you remember, there was a foreign key for this job ID and user ID. So if I am going to add some value as a user ID and a job ID as well as the hire date. Okay, then I'm saying that the values on open parentheses, and here 1 1, and I'm using the current score time stamp. Okay, then if I trigger this one successfully, it created. Let me just copy this part for future and select everything from account job. Then you will see user ID and job ID, and hire date is using the current date and time. Okay, perfect. Then let me get back to the one item, because here is user ID 1 and job ID 1. Here we have the values already. We inserted one value, so that's why it's connected to this user ID and the job ID, and you can insert these values. But suppose I'm going to, instead of the 1, ask 8. Then let's see what will happen. For this case, I'm going to insert the user ID 8, job ID 8, and for hire date as a current time stamp. Okay, look, here it gave me error because it's not present in the table account. That's correct, because if you go to the table account, you just find the one user ID. There is no such this user ID as a 8. So it's mismatch between the account and also the account job. Let's select everything from account, and you can see here only have one user ID. And because we have defined the foreign key and we bind that foreign key to this user ID, it should be matched together. If there is no, for example, that value and it's some mismatch in this between, then definitely it will gives you error. Okay, I think we have completed all the points for inserting the table and also insert for foreign key. If you think this tutorial was helpful, please don't forget the like button, and if you have any question, definitely drop your question in comments below. I will get back to you, and follow the next videos because I'm going to create more tutorial about how you can update, delete, and so on. Thank you again, and see you in next one.